So Carolina, this one is a 25, that's the widest one. Okay. So Carolina is originally an ocean board, but same thing, like Titouan's been racing on Carolina on flat water races for years, and even last year he won Vendée Glossy. He was on a Carolina and Ty was on a Ninja, and he just beat him at the end because he could read the water better, I don't know. But so if you think you're on a Carolina and you can't win a flat water race, go and train. It's like it's not the board. So Titouan and Travis have been using Carolina on flat water races forever. They've been switching to the Ninja pretty late, took them a long time to switch to the Ninja. I'm not saying this one is faster on flat water. No way, this one is faster on flat water, but the difference is very, very little. So, yeah, anybody can win a flat water race today on that board if you don't have the three top paddler in the world, around you. So, it's a good choice because it's more versatile. Because it's more versatile, you can need one board. Okay, if you need one board, if I have only one board, honestly, except if I don't race and I live on the lake, I would take this one. I wouldn't take this one because this one, any environment, it will work. It's more stable, equal width, it's more stable. The 20.5 of this is a lot more stable than the 20 Ninja. Because it's more stable and because it's more versatile, we go up to 25. And honestly, 25, this board in 25, I don't know, it's more stable. It's like a 29 when we started racing. Like you've got to switch your brain because some people, like I'm using a 23. 6-7 years ago I couldn't use the 23. So like it's very, very stable. Some people think they wouldn't do it, and yet they can. So very stable board, very good in ocean. Same principle as this one. We are starting to reach the maximum low level of the recess to lower the center of gravity and have the stability. So bit of the same than this one. We are trying to change something. We're testing them exactly at the same moment. If we change it, I'll tell you what's going to happen. That's going to be marginally thinner here. But when I say marginally, it's going to be really marginally because we already made narrower one, came back to this one, we try a little bit less. Same thing. Visually, maybe you won't be able to notice it. So, difference with the Ninja is that it's a lot more stable in front here. And why here? Because when you're on a racing board, if you're paddling here, that's where you put your blade. So all your stability comes from there. That's where you're going to put your weight. On the Ninja, that part is a bit roundish. That's why you've got to be better, and that's why the stability is less. This one, they are very stable at that level, and that's why when people go on a Carolina, they think it's more stable than the board they are used to normally. So that's the main concept difference. Of course, the rocker is different. There is a more front rocker, so you don't nosedive, you don't track, but the stability comes from here. Okay? So I just put the Puma next to it and reverse, because I want you to understand that the Puma, the way it's been evolving today, is a Carolina flat deck. But when I say it's the flat deck version of the Carolina, it is exactly that. The rocker is exactly the same. The bottom is exactly the same. There is no difference between a Puma 22 and a Carolina 22 on the glide. The difference you will have is like the Carolina will feel more stable because you're inside of a recess, you're lower on the water. Okay? So, people sometimes say, oh, this one is slower and it's too slow. If somebody paddling on a flat on the Puma 22 tell you it's like slower than the Carolina 22, he's smoking too much. It's like honestly, no, but like you hear it all the time. I even went to the extent to make them exactly the same, so I could show the file to people and say, just stop, stop. It doesn't exist. You know what? You've got no argument. You've got nothing. Just stop. Okay? So, and it's very good because it allows like people like the racer they don't feel the change. It's exactly the same. It's not the same feeling because in a recess, but like the glide is the same. If you push, you've got the same response. So they can really go to a beach race, take this one, and train on this one the rest of the time. They adapt very quickly. So that's really good for the people having several boards. Not everybody has several boards, but yeah, it's exactly the same bottom, same glide. And I come to this thing that like if I was telling you that you could win a flat water race with this board, it goes with this one as well. Because if you're on a flat, if I go at sea, I can stay on a 23 Carolina, I need a 24. Personally, I would need a 24 Puma. But when it's flat, I don't care. I can go on a 22 Puma, I can go on a 22 Carolina. So sometimes people say, I can go with a flat deck to race, I'm going to be smashed. No. Like if you see somebody that is able to win a Carolina on the flat, he would have won the race on the Puma anyway. So that's something that like you've got to understand, because the public doesn't understand that, or the shop maybe don't understand that. You can advise them on that. This board has exactly the same glide as this one, but a lot more practical to surf, a lot more practical to go on the beach start and everything, because you don't have to enter your recess. Bit lighter because you don't have all the recess. So not so many people use it. I'm not sure why. I think it's misrepresented. And I was talking with Thomas Lacerda the other day, because he's going to race next week in Ceuta, and it's a downwind, bump and everything. And I said, okay, what board you going to take? And he said, look, I'm going to take my Puma. Since I got my Puma, I love it. I'm gonna race with the Puma. I was like, oh, interesting. It's the first one I know that will finally understand that he can take his Puma to race a downwind. And he's helping me to bring some boards, and I say, like, if you want, I can lend you a Carolina. I know you don't have a Carolina, I can lend you a Carolina. And he say, no, I do it with my Puma, I'm comfortable with it. So that shows you, and he's a good paddler, so that shows you that between what you hear, or the perception of people, and the reality, there is a gap. And I can assure you, that's a board, that's the most versatile board of everything. We say the Carolina is versatile, but the most, if I had only one board, like, boom, I take a Puma, because like I can do anything with it. I can surf better, because I can put my foot where I want, I can move easier on the board, and like, I won't lose a race because of the board. I will lose a race because of my diet or anything, but not the board.